Hey YouTubers! Happy Homebrew Wednesday everyone! This is a video response for SJPorr. He did a Homebrew Wednesday video a couple of weeks ago, and I finally got caught up on my videos there the other night. And he asked a very interesting question. What got you into homebrewing? Anyone wants to do a video response to my video as well, you know, be sure to click it in there. We've seen some interesting stories on SJPorr's video, some of his video responses, and well, currently right now I'm drinking a Gruit ale that I brewed. You'll probably see both the videos today when I upload them, but this is probably the real reason I'm into home brewing now like I am. This was an experimental beer that was made many moons ago, before hops were discovered, in case you didn't know what a Gruit was. SJPorr, I believe, well, not I believe, I did see the video that he made with his Gruit, and Imeladius. He also made a Gruit, you know, and our recipes are all really different. We all use different, you know, herbs in ours. What first got me into home brewing was the cost. Liquor here in Nova Scotia is outrageous. $45 for a 2-4. Or a 24 pack, if you will. I know some places consider that a case. We always call it a 2-4. You're getting a 2-4 for the party, you know. Anyways, so yeah, when I can make a bottle of beer at 30 to 35 cents a bottle versus paying $2 a bottle in the store, yeah, that's why I get into it. First batch of beer, funny enough though, I made when I was probably about 19 years old, which would put us back about 1990, in around there. And it was kind of funny because before we moved to the city, my father had, you know, a beer kit. Just one of those barrels, you know, that stood up and had the cap on the top and the bottle valve on the bottom. And I can't remember if he made it with a friend of his or if he made it himself, because it was before I was 19. But anyways, back in the days when you didn't really have that kind of information on how to make beer, he had the instructions on the can. There wasn't any real brew shops around per se that I can remember anyways. And if there were, there wasn't too many around. But he had the gear laying around. He wasn't fussy on what he made. So I figured, you know, I was in the grocery store one day. It's like, I'm going to try and make a batch of beer. There's lots of beer bottles at home. I'm going to give it a try. So, didn't know a thing about sanitizing. I just washed everything with soap and water. Read the instructions. It said to use sugar, use table sugar. Had no idea what I was doing. Really didn't have the information. The instructions really weren't clear, you know, what kind of sugar I had to use. This, that, and the whole 9 yards. Just make sure your equipment was sanitized. Well, I made it. And I bottled it. It was the most horrific crap I had ever made. I don't even think I had a whole mouthful out of the first bottle before I ended up dumping it all. It was like, bah! I don't know why people are making their own beer. The hell with it, I'll buy it. Back then it really wasn't expensive as today. But, and then I had kids. Got married. And my priorities all changed from drinking. My money all went, you know, to whatever the kids needed. You know, whatever they wanted to do, whatever they wanted us to buy. You know, our kids were spoiled rotten. But we've got 3 great teens, great head on their shoulders. You know, I can't say enough about my kids, you know, other than I wish they'd clean up just a little more after themselves. But you know what, that's teens. I mean, we could have it worse. Our teens could be out running all hours of the night in the street, getting in trouble. You know what, my kids aren't like that. So I decided, you know, with YouTube being so big, you can find anything, I decided to go looking, you know, because we're seeing lots of brew shops pop up around the house. You know, introductory kits, you know, for $100 you get your startup kit, your first beer. And I figured, you know, after a couple of batches of beer, it would pay for itself. So I started checking on YouTube, found Craig Tube, watched his original series on easy home brewing, as I think many home brewers have. You know, that's where they really got their start. Watch Craig, watch all the steps. Yeah, it looks like there's quite a bit involved, but you know what? You get the hang of it really quick. So I started doing kits. First kit I did was a brew house, which is similar to Festa Brews. And I was totally amazed with how much flavor was in the beer. Because when I was younger, I drank a lot of beer. It didn't matter what it was. It all tasted the same to me, whether it was Molson Canadian or LeBlanc Blue or Moosehead or Keese. Mind you, Keese was always my choice when I drank beer. But it tasted like nothing else that I had ever tasted. So I went out and got a Cooper's kit. Made the Cooper's kit from the extract. That turned out really well. Really enjoyed it, and again, it tasted different than the original Brewhouse IPA I had done. So I started really getting into kits and really enjoying it, and then I happened to get a video camera one year, and I started making YouTube videos. And YouTube and home brewing has pretty much become my hobby, that I can do it any time of the year. I can have a lot of fun, and I've made a lot of friends from making the YouTube videos and the home brewing community. So I make beer because I really enjoy the hobby. Yeah, so you know, that's why I get into brewing beer. Was originally the cost, but now that I've, you know, started home brewing, and I think I have a good understanding of brewing. I'm no expert. I'm no brewmaster, you know, where I could rattle off all the different enzymes and proteins and what have you, or in the grains. But it's a learning curve, and I'm slowly learning. I'm enjoying all grain brewing. Hope to do another one soon. And these brewing experiments, these are fun. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that just want to brew just to make beer, just to drink, just to get drunk. Everybody has their own reasons. And I'm not saying any of them are bad, you know. Hell, why not? If you've got nothing better to do, drink beer, get drunk, enjoy life, you know. To each their own. What I really enjoy about making beer nowadays is the camaraderie. You know, you talk to people from all over the world with the same hobby, you know, making great beer and sharing recipes and learning new things. So this Gruit Ale is just absolutely amazing. Time consuming? Yes. But making something different that other people may want to try? Priceless, you know, because then that's really how you get to know people, isn't it? You know, it all starts with a question, then an answer, then you get talking back and forth about it. You know, how did it turn out? Did you like it? Was it good? Was it interesting? Maybe somebody has some tweaks, you know, on an experiment. You know, this is why I brew. You know, for the camaraderie, the friendship, the cost, of course. You know, but I mean, it's funny how you start something for one reason, and then, you know, towards the middle of it, when you really get into something, you know, your reasons for doing something have totally changed. Well, I'll tell you, like Hoppy Brewer UK, I would love to take some vacation time and, you know, and actually join a brewmaster, you know, for a week or something, and learn how things are done. Not so much commercially, because I really don't like the commercial beers, but, you know, like maybe in a craft brewery, Garrison or Granite, Propeller, you know. I would love to see how things are done, you know, in a craft brewery, and learn some tips from the experts, you know, firsthand, you know, hands-on. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So, but anyways, this video is really going on long. Let's see, 13 minutes. I'm sure you're tired of my rambling by now, so cheers everybody. 17, and like SJPorr says, you know, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Drink beer. Cheers everybody. Delicious.